Good morning, YouTube. It's me, Ray George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, aka the Emperor of WWE Talk, aka the Emperor of Wrestling Talk, and just me, George Page, or it's just simply who I am, aka the Perfect Sage. Also, today is a special day to me. It's two special days, and today is my 47th birthday. I'm 47 years old, and it is a blessing to able to see 47 years on this earth. It's kind of bittersweet in one point of it. One of the most important people in my life is not here to celebrate with me, and that's my mother. And I miss her very much. I think about her quite often. She was a great lady. She was a strong woman. Sometimes she was a pain, but she was still my mother, and I love her. I always remember her. So anyway, also I saw on my count that I am at 601 subscribers. Yay! It took some time. The thing is, it's just crazy how YouTube is. I generally like to thank all the people who generally subscribe to my channel, like my man Marcus Bell, Execution 23, Coach Tay Brown, Miss Fishiana Fights, Roshana Boswell, Dr. Dina Westerfield, Heidi Osborne. Mighty Heidi. All the ladies in the sport of bodybuilding who subscribe to my channel, all the ladies in MMA who subscribe to my channel. I really like to thank you all for supporting me in my channel and for my growth. Even though I don't, my content is kind of, I focus more, like I said, people want to say, why you focus so much on the women? Because I love the ladies. But truthfully, yes, the truth is that women need a lot more attention than the guys do. If you look on, social media, especially on YouTube, there's, like I said again, I say this in many interviews, there's 20 million channels dedicated to the men in bodybuilding and in MMA. And so few dedicated to women, in these two sports. And also, I'd like to recognize ladies who in professional wrestling, such as Nicole Natalia, who I think is a great lady. She just had a match last weekend where she lost. It was one of those intergender matches. And also, I'm a big fan also of the Woad, the weapon of axe destruction. Here's the thing I want to say about this intergender thing. I'm not a big fan of it. Back in the day when I was coming up, yeah, like Chyna and Nicole Bass and Dynamite. Midnight, aka Anne Marie Cooks, yeah. But sometimes I watch on Title Match. Sometimes they always put either the most popular female with least popular male, like somebody like Darius Carter. I reach out to him about doing an interview, but I know he's a busy guy, so he never reached back. But I would love to interview some more women in wrestling. I'd like to talk to him, see, because I'm a fan of wrestling. It's hard to get some of the guys. I might even reach out to some more guys. Like I did it, maybe get my boy Louis Leon, the Premier, back on here and talk to him. Also, there's Nick Diamond. I'd like to thank him for that time. Him and Louis and Talia were on my show the last time. Also, I'd love to get some more ladies in wrestling. I like to get. They need a lot more attention. They do, because they put in just work just as hard, and they get less of the attention and the credit compared to the male counterparts. So, anyway, also, my Perry Sage want to reach out to a few. I sent some things to a few ladies in the adult entertainment, but now I get a response. Most of the time, you got to pay them. So now I live on a budget, ladies. I can't pay you, but I love to talk to some of these ladies because I've been a fan of if you are a lady in the adult entertainment industry and you want to talk, talk. Let me know. I have to put this on adult because the fact is, children don't need to watch this, conversation we have. Also, I'd like to congratulate to the lady out there who I'm a big fan of, is Tisha Tiger Street Thomas. She is doing pretty good. I saw that she's has a show in her award-winning documentary, I Am the Tigress. Check out I Am the Tigress. It is a great story about a great lady. So anyway, I'm on here just reflecting because, most of the time I'm home. I'm home most of the time other than when I have to run out and do some stuff, and see stuff going on in the news and, things that go around my mind. I love to do a lot more, but sometimes it's just so much to do. So anyway, since this is my 47th birthday, I thought, just come on and let's talk a few things. I won't hold you up. I don't want to hold up your time. I know a lot of people out there, you got a life, you got something you got to do. It's Friday, the weekend's about to start up. It's also getting close to Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Oof. Yeah, I tell you, time flies. So anyway, I'm having some things coming up that I'm working on. I'm reaching out to some ladies about some more interviews. I love doing interviews, talking to ladies. I got some response. I'm hoping I get some good. I hope I get some good response to a couple ladies who are in the sport of bodybuilding. Also, I'm going to do one of my what I call Sunday discussions, where I get a collection of people in the sport of bodybuilding. We talk. We have conversations. Things that need to be done. It's just when I get it together, I'll put it out. But this is something that needs to be talked about. Most definitely in the sport of bodybuilding is about, what more can be done for the sport. I know people are not a fan of it. It's a fringe sport. It's as a man, when I was talking with somebody a while back, it's a poor man's sport. It's a poor woman's sport too. It's a poor athlete sport where these athletes put so much in and don't really get not even half of it back. Not even half. That's the sad thing about it. Now, if you listen to me right now, there's my band went through. I have my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Venmo. I got a Venmo. So if you like to, hey, throw a brother a little something his way, hey, I can surely appreciate it. But anyway, as you know, the season for bodybuilding is about to wind down pretty much. There's some shows going on, but most of those shows are, with other divisions such as I think Figure. There was a Texas show with Figure and Bikini and Wellness. I don't think there was no physique in it. You just had the Romanian Muscle Fest. Congratulations to Nadia Capsoto. Capsoto. I mean, I won't get her name wrong. I think she's a great lady. We talk quite a bit on IG. I send her some stuff. She's appreciative. She's sweet. I mean, I love when I reach out to some of these ladies on social media and they respond. Now, I've sent some stuff to ladies and they don't respond. They might even not say anything. So I just say, never mind. I don't pay attention to them anymore. But like I said, when those ladies who support and reach out to us fans and, let us know, they appreciate us, I'm grateful for. So congratulations to Nadia and her win. And this is going to be, hope to see her back in Olympia. And maybe, hey, you know what? If I put things right and set things going, I think I might go to the 2022 Olympia. I've been thinking about going to a show for a long time. I had somebody reach out to me, come to one of their shows. I said, the cost and everything like that. And like I said, I live on a budget. But if I can set aside some little money to the side, also, like I said, this is going to be I think this year they're having the Olympia in Nevada, in Vegas. And I was, I always wanted to go to Vegas. That's one of those things I wouldn't mind going to Vegas. I wish they kept it in Orlando. It's a lot easier and cheaper. But I had to fly. Oh my God, that's the only truth. I had to fly to Vegas. So I might, I would love to go to the Olympia, but I might thinking about maybe a couple of shows closer to me, for my first try. Something like, as you know, there's the Linda Murray Norfolk show. That's in Virginia. There's a Savannah show in Georgia. Also, I think they're going to still have the New York Pro in Florida because I think New York still has restrictions. Maybe, I don't know, maybe by next year because they got a new governor because what happened to, Cuomo. Maybe they'll lift those restrictions and bring back shows to New York. If not, I might do the Tampa Bay. That's a pretty big show. Or also, if Illinois still had this restrictions, maybe try the Chicago Pro. That's a big show. Maybe come to the bigger show like Chicago or Tampa. And, there's a show coming up in Indiana. I had somebody reach out to me and see if I want to go up there. I said, maybe. But like I said, with things going on right now, I think I'd rather wait till I can stack my chips a little better and put something together because, you're going that far off, that for that amount of time, I got to take care of things here at home, make sure my rent's paid before I leave. Make sure, make sure somebody's here, watch out for the house. and just check. I don't get that much mail anyway, other than some junk mail. I got check mail later today. I think might be something there. And I would love to go see the show. I would love to meet some of these ladies in person. Especially the ones that I interview with, the ones I've been fans of. I would love to go see a real life bodybuilding show. When this is a saying, when I had the money, I didn't have the time. When I had the time, or I have the time, I don't have the money. And that's the thing about that. So we'll see how that do. And I would love to do some interviews there. I got to get some equipment stuff together. That's money too. That's why, I don't mind, hey, if you want to make a donation to me, to my channel and maybe help me advance as my YouTube content, that'd be great. Now, also, like I said, there's one more show coming up for women's bodybuilding. That is the Toronto Pro. And a dear friend of mine, I think she must be competing that show, is Tana Hugh. I want to wish her congratulations. I hope she does good well. I like Tana Hugh. She's a great person. We talk quite often on Facebook and also on IG. Now, one thing that's coming up this weekend is another UFC event, and that is Katlyn Avila versus Miesha Cupcake Tate. I'm not a fan of Miesha Tate. I think she is she has the most stank attitude. I don't like her. She's just generally, I understand why. Truly now, I understand why Ronda Rousey didn't like her. She's two-faced. But anyway, on that card is a lady who I did an interview with, and that is Lupi Gutierrez. And this is going to be, and Lupi is she is on fire. This is her second fight within barely 2 months. She last fight she fought against Luana Carolina. She lost that fight. And she took that fight 7 days after her fight against Salvia Gomez. And I have much respect for Lupita. I mean, I reached out to her. She responded. We did an interview. I'm hoping I know she's busy with training and everything like that. I'd love to do another interview with Lupita, see how she's doing. Just a checkup on her. But I want to wish she's fighting Luma Mbumke, and originally Luma was supposed to fight Cheyenne Bias, but from one information I heard, Cheyenne had got the virus, so she had to step out. So I hope she gets better. I'm not a fan of Cheyenne Bias, but I don't wish that virus on anybody, especially because the reason why I'm not a fan, because of what happened to my mom. But I want to wish best of to Lupi. I'm going to do a video for her later on today. I've been working on it. Just got to jump out here for a minute and just talk with y'all. Just put some stuff off my chest. But I'm doing, like I said, it's great to talk to these ladies in MMA. I'm still in contact with Miss Mandy Polk. She's supposed to be going back to Memphis in a bit to get ready for a fight. I'm hoping she gets something started up. I'd love to do a video on her. I think she's an amazing woman to be both in two worlds, such as the world of mixed martial arts and bodybuilding. Recently I did a video where I talked about Tecia Torres just did her first amateur shows. She competed in both women's bikini and women's wellness. And congratulations to Tecia Torres. I mean, you're dipping into two worlds. The future is, would she consider this, something to do on the side? Is Tecia going to get out of MMA? And pretty much, I think her MMA career can pretty much pay for most of her bodybuilding career, because you don't make as much money as you should out of the sport like you should. But that's how it is. I know I said shoot twice, but hey, forget it. But anyway, some stuff has been going on in the news I've been following. And the whole thing with that, one thing I'm gonna start off with is the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. We don't want to talk about it because the fact is, on my channel, because it really doesn't really concern me as much as an individual. As I know I talk about stuff like that, but I talk about things that concern more or less my people and my community. And no offense to those three guys who were victims of Kyle Rittenhouse. This is something that is, and we see the fixes in. The fixes in. This kid is gonna walk away. No matter if he does get a slap on his wrist, that's good. That's justice. Not enough justice for the family of these three men, the two men that were murdered, the man that was shot. Not enough just for him. He's a survivor. I know he's that he's a survivor. I heard that people who survive something like that, it's just tough on them mentally. And people are calling the victims of criminals. Now, what they did in the past is one thing what they did, but you know, the truthful matter was is this kid went out of his way for whatever adult was supposed to be supervising this boy, takes him all the way from he said he lived in Chicago, all the way to Wisconsin, and to get involved in something that was nothing his business. Keep your happy ass home, boy. I mean, you give him a gun, and what you expect, and truthfully, people say, well, what he's, going after these guys for? If anything, let the police do their job. That's the purpose of the police. Let them do their job. There was none of your business to bother those guys, for whatever reason, and we know he's gonna get away with it. I did something where I made, I'll probably post it later, how, compare this to almost like what happened to Trayvon Martin. How George Zimmerman got away with murder. He did. He killed a boy who was just going home, minding his own business, and they used an outdated law saying that, he was standing his ground. But the boy had no interest in anything. He didn't want to bother him. He didn't want to, do anything. He was just going by his home, going back by his business, going home. But this guy felt like he wanted to take the law in his own hands. And that's the problem with vigilante. Be a vigilante. It's just, it's one thing if you have a gun in your home, and my mom had a gun, she had a gun, and that's home. You want to keep your family safe. But when you go out in the streets and you confront criminals, this boy is, he is lucky that it wasn't somebody who was really, hey, you know what, he could have been dead. That old saying, I'd rather be, judged by 12 than buried by 6. But you know what? We all know the fix is in. They already, they see him as a hero. And we all know the people who see him as a hero are the same people that supported a president who didn't have the intelligence or the education to run a country. No matter how much you think, he's a billionaire, he's a billionaire. He wasn't that rich. Trump was not that rich. He was surviving off of government assistance. And anything he did was he conned, lied, and whatever else. And for those people out there saying that Joe Biden is not the best president, I know he's not the best president, but he's better than what we had before. And you got to remember, a country after a transition from one presidency, especially as soon as this one has, it's going to take some time. It is. It's going to take some time. But, the problem is because of that man, the crazies have come out. As I saw in the news, one of the guys who were involved in the this year's insurrection, where they run up into the state senate, these same people who were victims of this situation, and you got to think about this. I'm gonna point this out here. Years ago, there was, if people remember, this is over nearly about, I would say, over 20-some years ago, nearly 30 years ago, black men converged on the state capital of DC. Million Man March, a million men. There was more security probably for that situation than it was for what happened in DC this year. They had Black Lives Matter went through there, and they had more of the National Guard and police security. I mean, even one point, you remember, dumbass and chief, he goes to a church, and he has security spraying, what's the face, spraying people with mace and stuff, so you can hold a Bible in front of a church. And people say that's strength. No, that's a chump. If black people can come together in a situation where there's really no violence, nothing at all, then a group of so-called true Americans come together, and then they decided to attack the Capitol where they're supposed to be. I mean, and I think any of those, especially they didn't care if you were supporters of their fearless leader. They didn't care. They went after you. They even went after his own vice president. Come on. Honestly, tell me this. Your own vice president. you know, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. But it's sad how the people that live in this country feel like they are owed something. No one owes you anything. I just got a IG tweet from IG drop from Kira. I dropped her a birthday thing. Thank you, Kira. You're welcome. Right now, I'm working on this thing, and I want to say you're welcome. And I'm glad to do it for you because I love people like her, Kira Hall, and all the other ladies in sport of bodybuilding. I support them because they need support, and I hope she's doing it. I sent her a gift. Yeah. She says, she said, I hope you're doing something great for celebrating. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream for my B-Day, and I just reached 600 subs. Yeah, I'd like to thank her. Yeah. So, and I'd like to thank all these ladies, who are out there who support my channel. And I support them because they are wonderful ladies, and I hope the best for them, in the future. Maybe some more. I might, hope to do some more interviews in the future. Reach out to some women. I want to get some women up higher on the ladder. Like Andrea Shaw, most of Andrea Shaw. I reached out to Helen Trevino. She said she's busy, but I'm hoping, she's doing right. Say, thanks. But I really like to thank people like I love talking to these ladies who are up and comers, like the Kira and so many others who are in the sport and working hard and and committed to it. But anyway, back to the situation. How I was saying earlier, how these people go and run up into the state capitol, and then you watch on the news how the same party that you got to remember, they didn't care about that you were Republican. They only care that you turned your back on their fearless leader, and they wanted revenge. But then you watching these people say, "Well, we should." No. What you should do is say, "You know what? Burn them all and let God sort them out." That's what some of these, especially, I can understand with the Democrats how they mindset of it, because y'all gonna send them. But some of these Republicans that supported some of these people, you are crazy. I understand your feelings, but these are not truly your people. These are nut jobs. These are nut jobs that came out because the fact was that they found this guy who they thought was like, oh, he's one of us. He's one of us. No, Donald Trump was never one of you. Never. He would never, no matter how people say he was strong. No, he wasn't strong. Like, he was made a fool of by Putin. He talks about, supporting dictatorship. And, the thing is, America supposed to be his ideology of freedom, but the fact is, it's not. It's not. It's about the beliefs of certain groups. It's about, as I've watched how, as a while back, they had some elections, some Democrats lost some seats, some gained some seats. And the fact is that they want to fix this country where they want to go back to the old days. I remember when Bob Dole, I think he's still around, he's still kicking, I believe, when he said he's going to run, he said, we're going back to the 50s. And that's the thing is, too many people are nostalgic. They don't like change. They fear change. They like to keep things as it was, as it used to be. They like the women to be in the kitchen. They like the minorities to be quiet. They like, gays to be hidden and not heard. They want things to go back where it was, but you can't. Life's about moving forward, and you got to move forward. You can't stay in one spot forever. I live in one spot. I say I can't afford to move. I would love to go out more and do more in this world, but I can do as much as I can with what I got. But people got to understand that life changes, and you either have this: you either adapt or you die. That's the simple fact of it. You adapt to the situation. You be more versatile. You be understanding. I know a lot of people like, there's a thing about, they're pushing more gay stuff. Well, the fact is, gay people been around for a long time. And the thing is it's not just about their, homosexuality. It's about money. And, and this is truth. Many people who are homosexual have, income, because his thing is they don't have responsibilities of family per se. Now, yes, there's quite a few couples who adopt or do vitro, something like that, have kids, but they do have expendable income. That's what is happening. It's about getting their money that's, and this thing is, you got to realize money makes the world go round. No matter how much people say it's a sin, but it keeps things going. You need, you need the money to pay your bills. You need money to get gas in your car. You need money to take care of your family, And this is what certain people are going after now. Now they realize that the minorities' money is just as important as the majority's money. Black people, our money is just as important. We are mass consumers. That's why one thing we talk about how the government should give out another stimulus check. Is because people would take that money and they will put it back into the system. Stop listening to rich people who don't put nothing back in the system. Nothing. They take. And then politicians, the politicians that they buy, the rich people buy, they say like, well, rich, these people don't need the increase on the minimum wage, and they don't need this, they don't need that, but they do. As as you saw in the news, there's things that kind of store stuff are getting a little less stuff like that, and that's not the fault of the government per se. It's that what's going on now with this virus. And it's about trying to protect people from, for things from spreading. Yes, there's tankers out in the Atlantic Ocean, tankers out in the Pacific Ocean that are waiting to get in, but because it's safety, because this virus is still going around, and you want to be safe for other people. Now, certain products here in the United States shouldn't, should be here growing, but and people talk about the jobs and things. It's just that what happened with that is that when people were off for that year, last year, some people decided, what? I worked and worked and worked and worked. And this is, I got a chance to rest. And the government saying like, well, they're just lazy people. No, not lazy people. These are people who have worked and worked and worked. I worked and worked. I have held 2 jobs. I have multiple jobs. Since I was 16, I used to work at a gas station. When I was about 8 and 9 years old, I was working with my mom in the fields. Cucumbers, blueberries, stuff like my brothers and sisters. We used to do that because, that's a way to, put a little money in the house. Yeah. People say, no, Charlie Blood don't mean anything out here. We live out here, especially if you were sharecroppers. People my age were, people around about 18 years old were working. Yes, maybe they changed the laws now, but some places are still going on. But people got the opportunity to sit back, to relax, to enjoy the opportunity to be away from the stress of work. Even though, it was hard for some will go into some financial hardships, but they did. Those who had got their unemployment benefits, and also the government do a little something extra to help them out. That's appreciative. But the same time is that when everything was starting to open up, some people started thinking about, what? Let me do something that I always wanted to do, that I had the time to do. Spend time with my family. Some people, what they did was went and got themselves educated. Hey, like this, you don't have to go to actually. I did it. I did online classes some time ago. You know, I didn't have a computer. I used to go to the local library or something like that and use a computer until my mom's truck broke down. I couldn't go back and forth and use it. But you can go online, and because of this, you don't have to go to actual physical school. You can go online and get your certification. There's people who what they did was they decided to take a chance and say, you know what, let me do something I hadn't do. There's people who don't even have their GED, and what they did was they got their GED. They were out. Some people even finished their college. They may have maybe a few courses, a few credits from getting their college degree, and that's what they did. And you can't. Government's gonna be saying like, "Oh, these people are lazy. These people don't want to work." They're working, but they're finding something that they like to do. If you can find a job that could take care of you and your family, something that you like, you should do it. Don't, I know, like, say, there's a thing between job and career. A job pays your bills. A career takes care of you and your family. And that's what some people should do. The government keeps saying, well, folks, you're just lazy. You don't want to work. They want to work, but they don't want to work themselves to death and not have nothing to come out of it. People want the opportunity to, make a living and not, beat themselves up, not, go through hell and high water. You can't fault those people because they don't want to come back to that same little job at Burger King, working maybe barely, $10 an hour, maybe that much. And you're working maybe 50, 60 hours a day, 56 hours a week, and you have to deal with people. I used to work at a gas station, and dealing with people can be a pain. I worked at a strip club. Dealing with people can be a pain. Anytime you work at a job dealing with the public, it is a pain because the public can be, ignorant, can be stupid. There's some nice people, but sometimes some people are just generally just, But the thing is that this country needs to realize it's those people who go and work every day, who take care of your children, who takes care of your home. They need a little break. If like with this virus going around, when everything was shutting down, rich people can afford to be broke. Poor people can't afford to be broke. Also, like I said, I know I'm just talking off the cuff because I like talk off the cuff. Now, as you know, there's a thing going on right now where what I was thinking about. I got lost. I got lost in my thoughts. As you know, a while back I did get myself vaccinated, and you know what? Nothing happened. Truthfully, nothing too bad. I had a slight little fever, but it broke by the time I went to bed. And I'm not, telling people you should go in and get your vaccinated. Make your choice, but understand you live among other people, and you should value your health as just as much as it's theirs. Now, to those people out there, such as people that deal with public, like police, firefighters, you don't have the luxury to turn this down. You are at the behest of us, the people. If you are so concerned about this thing, then get out of your job. Find something else. Go sling hash. Go dig a ditch. You are a public servant. You have no luxury of the fact to refuse doing this. My nephew, Brian, he's in the military. He served overseas. Soldiers get inoculated when they go over there because there's still diseases out there that, are still dangerous to this country. and they go get self-inoculated for safety reasons. I think I have a lot more respect for those soldiers because they understand they're going to face an enemy. And be it human or being non-human, I respect them. I don't have a lot of respect for. You want everybody else to follow the law, but you don't want to follow those same laws when they put upon you. Like I said, you don't have that luxury. You don't. I, as a citizen, do. I can, if I don't want to get vaccinated, I don't have to. But I did because the fact was, it was for my health and my safety. I'd like to thank the 3 people that came in. I really thank y'all for coming through. Whoever you are, hey, drop a comment. Also, like and share this video. If you're my subs, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sitting here, listen to me, just talk off the cuff a little bit while I'm here. Yes, I got my Joker up because I'm the Joker. As I was saying again, you who work in the public, work with the public, police officers, firefighters, nurses, doctors. Nurses and doctors, those are the ones who are true heroes because they are front line. They're truthfully the front line warriors doing this thing. And they understand the science. Let's tell you about the story. This country years ago, when it first was discovered, it brought diseases here. And it pretty much wiped out the original people that lived here for centuries. Then, diseases affected them too, so they created vaccines to fight diseases such as smallpox, measles, polio. And people talk about, well, the vaccine came out so quick. But you gotta remember this, science has changed. Science has advanced in the last 100-some years. So, and you know what? You have to have faith in the science. They understand what's going on. I might not understand, but if they understand, hey, I'll go with them. And I know people are always up against Dr. Fauci and all that. But this guy, he's been doing this for a long time. I respect this man. I truly do. He's been, and you remember, he was handpicked by Bill Clinton years ago. You forget that. I think, he was originally handpicked by Reagan too. Was it Reagan or Bush? One of them handpicked him. And people like him understand what's going on. They understand the science. And, people out here saying like, I don't want to get vaccinated. You don't have to get vaccinated. That's cool. I understand that. But if you get sick and you're sitting there and you say, yeah, I wish I got vaccinated, you learn better. But like I said, I'm not telling anybody what you should do or shouldn't do. I'm just talking about how to do it for myself. But I'm telling those people who are dealing with the public, the police, the firefighters, all of them, you know what you got to do. It's about the safety of the citizens and the safety of yourself. And like if I was any state official, federal official, if you don't do that, then you know what? Hey, turn in your badge, go home, and play with your wife and kids, or your husband and your family. Spend time with them, because you don't need to be his job. You don't want to do what needs to be done. Now, anyway, that's one thing I just talked about. Another thing I saw in the news. I did a video about this. Elijah McClain's family got $15 million from the from the city of Aurora. I think the state gave him for his murder. I did a video about this young boy. And he kind of reminds me of a kid I know, introverted, and I think that's me. But I don't play the violin. But, it's sad that how even now in the 21st century, a young black boy can't walk down the street, mind his own business, and not be assaulted, be it by police or be it by a so-called, block captain or whatever he was. But to the family of Elijah, my heart goes out to you. That money may not be enough to soothe your loss, but it could be something to help you out and maybe help other people out. I would say, also to those, I remember the family of Breonna Taylor, they got some money out of it. I would say to those families of those victims, use that money for good. fund something. You have the money. You have you can make things happen. Reach out to the right people. Get things going. Become a force of good. Send me some old school. Somebody sent me something on Facebook. Yeah. Something like that. Whatever. But I like to appreciate anybody. But anyway. But I like to say be a force for good. Force for change. As you know, a while back, I think Trayvon Martin's mother, she ran for, I think she got a Senate, a representative seat. So I hope maybe someone like her and enough people can maybe make some good for our community. Try to fight back the old, as you know, the old boy adage. Try to make change, for our people. I support Black people. I support people in general. But I have to remember I'm Black for anything. Not African American, because I was not born in Africa, and I'm not considered American by some people's thoughts. But I would like to say we need to do more for our community. We need to be more educated. We need to be more upright, upfront. We need to demand what we deserve. And people talk about reparations. Yes, reparations. You got to think about it. And how you going to do it? Well, you base it on people who were brought here by slavery. They'll take the money. Watch the show, Find the Roots. All you got to do is just take, and you can trace all the information about anybody, and you can find them. And also with, genetics and stuff like that, DNA. It's not that hard. And the government can do it, there's the money in the government. They can, if you can put money to war, you can put money to helping, us who've been here. We've been here than most other groups. We've been here longer than the Chinese. Been here longer than Italians, Germans, other ethnic groups who come to this country. And it's sad that our we have grown as far as the majority has, but because of laws and other things that went on, racism, and people talk about racism theory. It's not a theory; it's fact. Racism is true. It's fact that racism is the reason why our people have not advanced as they should. How they like how certain people, especially most definitely, I'm not blaming all white people, but it is your ancestors who did not let us climb up on the ladder. And I hear these politicians say, pull yourself by the bootstraps. But when you cut the bootstraps short, how are you going to pull yourself up? That's the one I want to ask you. How are we going to pull ourselves by the bootstraps when you cut the bootstraps short? When you already have the advantage. It's not fair, but that's how life is. But we still, survive. And that's the thing about being Black. We survive. We got to survive. We got to fight each other sometimes. We got to fight, the other groups. We got to survive. We got to keep on going. But I think, we're in a good place we were, I would say, 300 years ago. We're still struggling, but we're better than we was when we did not have the right to vote. You had the right to go anywhere where, we didn't have any freedoms. You couldn't even, you had to sit in the back of the bus because some white person wants your seat. They couldn't take their behind and just walk a few extra feet and sit right behind you because they support the superiority complex. But we're still struggling. And yeah, I know people talk about Black Lives Matters, but that group was created because the fact was that we couldn't get anything from help from you. We have to help ourselves, And I know people saying like there's criminals in Black Lives Matter, so there's criminals also in Congress. Right now, you got a guy named Matt Gaetz, who just got busted for getting involved with a minor, but he's still sitting his job. People talk about R. Kelly, but but you have plenty of men in power, politicians who have messed with underage children, and still they keep their jobs and positions. But it's a double standard. Like I said, they went with the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, or and also another case is going on right there. A case that I think is dear close to me is the Ahmaud Arbery case, where right now we're still wondering if we're going to get justice. They always stacked the jury. They didn't want too many black people in the jury, but the problem is, you're going to have too many white people in the jury. And I'm hoping that, hoping that this man's, Arbery's family get justice. These men murdered this black man. He was minding his own business. Maybe, he went, looked at a house. So what? You get curious. You see construction. You get curious. You look around. Say, okay, that's go about your business. Not like he took anything. You just there. You jogging. Can't walk black. Can't jog black. Can't drive black. Can't be on the phone black. Can't do anything black. And you have a prison systems loaded with black people in jail for minor offenses. Weed. Now weed's practically legal now. I saw somebody say like, hey, let's take people who are on weed and let them out of prison, and that's fair. I think there's no point. I mean, it's not like it's like cocaine or crack or any heavy drugs. How often have you heard somebody murder somebody on weed, or rob a bank, or rob a store? In my state, it's not legal yet because I live in the Bible Belt. North Carolina is the Bible Belt, and I know some places that still there's some places I know that there's weed smoking, but hey, you better not have no police come around. But where I live, it's gonna be a while because of religion and ideologies and stuff like that. And we talk about is abortion. Talk about that. That's the right of the woman. That's her right if she wants to not to have a child with somebody she don't love, or she's a victim of incest or rape. Or, that's her choice. That's her control of her body. If she don't want to have this child, that's her choice. And then who are you telling somebody that abortion is wrong when you are more concerned about somebody that's not here yet, where there's children that are victims of violence, who don't have a home, who struggle. But you're so worried about the unborn, but you're not worried about the ones that are here. There's kids in foster homes who are being abused. There's kids in orphanages. Take that time to reach out to those children. Help them. Give them a home. Show them some love. Why are you worried about what this woman's doing with her body? Why is that your business? It's not. And don't use religion. Don't try. That's the thing with this country. They love to back religion over their head. And remember, especially my ancestors, they backed religion over our head, but the fact was they didn't follow the Bible. Slavery is wrong. But still they put, they use the religion and Jesus across our head like a belt. Oh no, like a bat. Give me a second, folks. I'll be right back. I just had to do something real quick. It's gonna be a moment of silence, so be right back. Ooh, I'm back. I did some real quick, But it's funny how these people who are so godly are the ones who be the ones who are be the ones against the idea. Jesus believed in helping your fellow man. No matter who he was, what he did, or where they were from. But you see people who want to jump on and talk about, abortion is against God. Well, ain't trying to tell people that they're going to hell because they're living their lives against God? Who are you to tell somebody what God knows? You are nobody. You are his children. That's the thing about when you're an obstinate child. You don't learn anything. Here's the thing about this. If men can have babies, you know what? Abortion clinics will have those rotating doors. See, it's about control. And the problem is, it's funny how some of these people, most of the people that are on the line against abortion are women. And I understand that you're not comfortable with the idea of it, but it's none of your business what this woman does with her body. If she don't want to have a child, she don't have to have that child. And like I said, and you got to remember back in the day how it used to be. Women would go to back alleys and have somebody pull a wire hanger up her. Some died from it. Some bled out. Some women never even had children after that. It's a safe environment. You have a doctor. You have a nurse. But you shouldn't tell somebody what they shouldn't do. But same thing. Oh, you want freedoms and privileges, but you want to tell people what they want to do. And the thing is, politicians always use two things that use to bat old people's head. Gays are getting married, women having abortions. Those things are the choice of the individual. That is a choice of a person, what they want to do with their life. Let's be concerned about the welfare of families, the welfare of the elderly, of the poor, of the homeless, of the hungry. Let's be concerned about them. You have kids who may not eat the next meal till they go to school. You have people living on the streets, especially veterans. You have people dealing with mental issues. And you call the police instead of calling maybe healthcare worker. I know I'm talking off my ass right now, but that's the truth of it, But this country, even though it is truly a walking contradiction, it's a great country. And like I said, and people talk about how people from Mexico coming here, they're coming to America. Let me tell you this: many of those people are descendants of the people that lived here for centuries. And the history goes back to when the weather changed, they would migrate down south because they followed the game so they could feed their families. Because in some parts of America, especially if you live like Dakotas and Colorado, the weather was awful. It'd get cold. Game was scarce. So what they did was follow the game. Many of these people want to come to this country because this country is supposed to be a shining beacon of greatness, of freedom. Everybody can come here. Come to America. Become, you can, hard work and determination, you become great. But then you get mad when you see people at the border say, we want to come here. Where they come from, there's no real freedom. There is crime. There are victims. They're poor. It's hard. And the thing is, there was no borders until certain people came here and created those borders. You know what? People should have to, if people want to go someplace to better themselves and better their families, they should have that right to. And yes, there should be regulations they will allow them to sort out the people who really here to become part of this country and from those who just want to take advantage of this country. Yes, I believe in that. But at the same time you can't tell somebody they can't come to your country when originally it's not really your country anyway. Those people here before you. Here's the thing about history. Before the British, the Spanish, and the French came here, there was another group of Europeans that came here, and that was the Vikings, the Nordics. You know, the Danes, the Dutch, all of them. They came here years ago, before them, 100 years before. You know, and they stayed here for a time, and they went back home. Now, if you're from countries like Finland or from Norway, they have totems. I remember I was watching this thing. I saw a totem pole. Say, wait a minute, where'd that come from? I said, well, I thought only Native Americans did that. Native Americans learned that from the Vikings. The Vikings taught them that, and they used that in their culture. You wouldn't see. So that's where totem poles came from. They learned that from the Vikings and using their culture. These people came, they taught something, and they left. They didn't stay long. They went back home. But the British, the French, the English, all the others came here and said, you know what? I'm conquering this land. It wasn't that long ago we had Columbus Day, which is not really a real, and it's funny how a day for this one man who didn't really find America, the man who actually found America, the country's named after, doesn't even get a day. Well, he gets a whole country named after him, but don't get a day because his name is so foreign. Mariana Vespucci. Yeah, that's where America's come from. His name, the country of America is named after Mariana Vespucci. If I got his name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not good at it with certain languages, But Columbus gets a day because his name is Christopher Columbus. Because it sounds more less foreign. He finds, I think, was it Puerto Rico or was it Cuba? He found the Caribbean. So, it's crazy. He gets a whole day. But this country has to realize that it takes people to keep it going. And there's people willing to come here and to work and to do the things they need to do to keep this country, then let them in. You got to remember, hey, my ancestors were brought here. We wasn't given a choice to come here. We were brought here to work the fields and the land for those people that were here that after they got their money, they got rich, they got lazy, they needed somebody to work because, the people that were originally here, they couldn't do it. The Native Americans couldn't work the land like that and hard and under the sun. But hey, they found us and thought, hey, why don't we use these people? They didn't ask us. They say, hey, you want to come on this boat and we got some jobs for you. We're not going to pay you. We'll barely feed you. We'll barely keep a roof over your head. But, that's what they did. And it's just sad that some people don't want this taught in their schools. The truth of what America is. America's sin. They call it race theory. Like I said again, race theory. It's not race theory. It's race fact. I think this could be a better country if we can understand that, that we all are in this together. It's not about, black against white, white against Native American, Native Americans against Hispanic, Asian against black, this culture against culture. We're all human beings. We're all the same race. We're humans. Our ethnic background shouldn't matter. But the fact is, some people do. It matters to them. That's why you have people who live in this community here, and you have people who live in this community there. We all should come together to better this country. But the fact is, there is a vision. Now, people are going to say, it started with Obama. No, it did not. It started with certain people who didn't want the truth to come out. And I'm not going to say, dumbass in chief. But he's one of the people that did start that mess, truthfully. But the fact is, this country needs to be a better country for the people that keeps it going. Like myself, hey, I may not be working, but hey, I still pay taxes. Anytime I go out and buy something or the shop, I still pay taxes. And you know what? I should get a little bit more assistance. It's a struggle. Like I said, I get, maybe so much amount a month, and then by the time I'm already broke by the time the end of the month. And, I got to try to squeeze onto the next dollar to the next month. We can use more help. Not just me, but everybody out here. People who have families, people who have kids, people who are going through mental issues, people going through health issues. It's a struggle. And I just want to say that I'm got to think about the times of stories you hear from my mom and my dad and my uncles and them, how it was tough. Like I remember one time, I think my mom was, like my granddad was telling my mom how he used to stand behind a mule, and that mule would flop in the middle of that field. You can't make that mule do anything. Hey, if that mule don't want to work, that mule don't want to work. You can whip him all you want sometimes, but if he flops in the middle of that field, hey, there's not much you do. You gotta wait till he's ready to go. And the thing is that some people act like mules, hard-headed, stubborn, and they don't want to realize that that change is coming. You either stand with it or get run over. Well, folks, I think I don't want to hold y'all much longer. I'm just talking off my neck. I'm 600 subscribers, and I'm 47 years old today. And I just wanted to come on here and I appreciate the people that came through. You dropped a like. I really appreciate you. If you subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the 5 people who dropped a like today. Thank you. Even though you just came here for a minute and just listened for a second, that means a lot to me. And I know, I wish I could do more. I truthfully, like I said, since my mom's gone, I don't really have a purpose. The only thing right now I'm doing is take care of myself. And as long as you have something, I have my family, my brothers, my sisters, my niece and nephew. I still love them, but truthfully, I'm kind of on my own in a way. I don't, like I said, I don't have no kids. I don't have a woman. That's one of my biggest regrets. I never put myself out there and start a family of my own. But that's why I think I had my mom. We had each other. And that's why I miss her. She was my woman. We did have a little boy. We had my nephew, Kamarian. And he was kind of like the closest thing I was going to get to a son. And I know people telling me, hey, George, you're not too old. You're 47. You can still have kids, but it's a little too late now. It's a little too late now. I should have done more when I was younger. I should have put myself out there. I probably, but things happen for a reason. But yeah, it's just, I have a lot of things to think about. But, I'm not crazy. I'm not suicidal. I'm just thinking. And I really, would like to do more with what I have, the time I have with. I'm hoping I can live, like I said, people in my family, especially, like, I have a heart condition. I have just a heart failure. And people in my family have died because I had a couple of my uncles, my father, it's just a trait of my genetics. But I'm hoping that I can keep on going. I have a pacemaker. Thank God for that. I go see my doctor regularly. I a while back, I went to see my doctor early this month, and I had an echo, and everything's fine. If you are a nurse or something like that, my infraction rate went up from 50 to 57. So I tell them I'm doing good. I've lost some weight. I'm getting a little bit. I'm having some issues that I hadn't been working out as much as like I used to, because they've been bothering me. And I know that shouldn't be I know to people out there like Big Keith, my brother Big Keith Williams. Tina Williams. I shouldn't say no excuses, but hey, I'm me. I'm using these excuses. But I try to, try to eat healthy and be smarter. And that's good. And I'm getting some good results, because of that. But still, I have my old habits, man. Those carbs, those sweets be calling me, man. Be calling me, man. Be calling my name. But I'm doing good. Then, I'm hope to do better. That's all I can do. I can hope to do better. But I really appreciate y'all for who came through. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Reach out to somebody today and tell them, thank you. Be your brother or sister, be it your mother or father. Tell them you love them. I think later I'm probably gonna go to my sister. She lives across the way from where I stay at, and tell her, hey, how you doing? And tell her I love her, because she's my big sister. She's kind of like she was my sister Betty. She raised me when I was younger because my mom and dad had to work, and she used to watch us younger kids. And she's kind of like my foster mom. When I was a kid, you used to thought she was my mother, but nah, she's my sister. And she gave me a car that, even though it's a good car, but it can't back up. So I had to park it in a way so I can be able to keep on going. But I appreciate it. She loves me. I love her. And to my other family members, like my brother Larry, LJ, he sent me a thing this morning, say, happy birthday, old man. Hey, boy, you're only 3 years younger than I am. My sister Jean, she had a birthday about a couple of days ago. I love her, and appreciate her. We're the middle children. She's the middle daughter, I'm the middle son. So we're special. To my nephew, brother Tyrone, we call him Debo. I appreciate him. I love him like a brother. He's my sister's oldest son. To my nephew Albert, we call him Criminal Intent. I love him too. I saw him yesterday. And you get a chance to talk to him. To all my family members, such as I got to see my great nieces the other weekend. They look great. I mean, I love those kids. To my niece and nephew, who I did a video about, who did the military, Brian and Marlena, thank you for your service. I love you. I appreciate you all. And to my mom, I really miss you. And, I know you're in a better place. I know you're with my brother James and my sister Mary and my daddy and everybody else. But if I could, one day I would love you to be here for one day with me, with us, all of us. Because you were a great woman. And I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for you. And my brother James, my sister Mary, even my daddy. Even though he wasn't there that much, but he was my daddy. And I still remember him. The last time we talked to each other as men, and we settled our differences. 47 years. Can't believe it. I hope maybe I might see another 47 more. So that makes me 98. No, 94. I wouldn't mind seeing 94. I wouldn't mind seeing 100. But if I could see 50, that's just as good. So I really appreciate y'all listening to me just talk off my ass. I'd like to thank the 5 people that came by and dropped a like. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, who sub to my channel. I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank to people like my man, the coach, Exeducha 23, Tay Brown, Combo Breaker 99, even TJ 347, you hater troll. All of you who I follow on CS Combat Sports, my family, my friends. I really appreciate you, because I really like to thank y'all for that time when you were donating that money after my mom died. I really like to thank y'all. Best of luck to my sister, Loveth Young. She's supposed to have a fight last week, but that was stopped because of some reason. I hope she gets a chance because she deserves to be in UFC. Dana White, you bald-headed, crystal clean mofo. You need to get more sisters in MMA. There's some great. Where's Tisha Tennant? Where's Lovett Young? Where's some sisters in there? You know, give our black women an opportunity to prove themselves. But like I said, I'd like to thank all of y'all for listening to me. You know, in this morning. I really appreciate y'all because you know what, I just want to get some stuff off my chest. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know, happy birthday to you, to yours. Happy Thanksgiving. It's coming up soon. Hey, gobble gobble. You know, be careful of that turkey. Put you to sleep. Melatonin. But like I said, I'd like to thank you all, my subscribers, for getting me to 600 subs. You know, you like my content. You really like my content. Look up for some more stuff in the future. I know you'll love my comparisons. I know some people, reason why I had a lady by the name of Rachel O'Keefe who did comparisons. She wondered why she couldn't watch it because the fact is I had to put adult restriction on my comparison because somehow YouTube, I don't know why, they see my comparisons are sexually explicit. They're not that explicit. There's stuff out here that's more explicit than that, and you know, but that doesn't matter. But like I said, I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for the people that dropped that like. Thank you for people who subscribe. Also, you see it again. You see my PayPal. You see my Cash App. You see my Venmo. Hey, it's my birthday. Hey, I wouldn't mind. $4 or $5. It's not nothing that you contribute to me. Anyways, mail away dress page, aka the Emperor of Female Bottom Talk, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk, aka the Emperor of Wrestling Talk, aka the Perry Sage, aka the Joker, or just simply George MacArthur. You know, from North Carolina, Robinson County. I'd like to thank y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, and you know, have a good rest of the day and a great weekend. See ya.